Not on. Oh.
We can redo it, but we're not going to.
Watch last episode to see what happened.
Savage.
So yeah, he became a different person, and during the fight, Castus, after unwrapping, really not unsheathing, this longsword and fighting most of the fight with it, once he climbed the hill, there was some type of almost a Thüm of power, and the sword started to glow with this weird, like, curious blue, wispy energy almost. And
Nice.
this sword it looks like granite, but it started glowing with these runes inside, and this kind of ethereal haze around it. And he struck down the 6 bodyguards with it, I believe, and the elemental shaman.
Oh, I struck down everything.
And you find you guys yourselves post battle, Capuan in a sort of wolfish form. Kanan looking like another person altogether and behaving very oddly. Castus, as you struck the final blow, there was a lashed kind of flare of this blue energy, and then it fades away back, and the sword has returned to its state that you're used to seeing it in. Also, after you guys went and you found that behind, in the back of the cave, there was these buckets of purple tar, almost. You saw some of the residue around the Cobalt Shaman's mouth. This purple tar.
And I picked some up and put it in
You took some of it as well. So that's where you guys find yourself, in a cave post-battle.
I guess I would sheath my sword for now. And did I notice the?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so can I inspect the shaman's mouth some more?
Yeah. Let me get my dice pool out here. All right. Can you make a knowledge adventuring? And I'm going to give you a boost die for having worked around the kingdom. And you'd be more likely to have seen something like this.
Hello.
So you don't recognize the substance itself when you found it in the bucket, but the purple around the mouth is something that you've absolutely you've seen before in the kingdom around while you're I'm grabbing a pen. That's what's happening right now. Ugh. Wait, no, cheat out. You've seen around some of the criminals.
Okay.
Just all
Do I know the
kind
effects of it, or the?
It's a drug that's called Dreama. It's Dreama resin. Drima. And you would have seen.
And I know what that is.
Yeah, it's one of the drugs that you would have found that some of the poorer folk get heavily addicted to. It's very addictive, and it kind of makes when someone.
Do I know any of the side effects?
One of the sweet eaters, is what they're referred to. When you see a sweet eater that is high on the resin, they seem euphoric. High energy, euphoric. They don't feel very much pain. But the crash is hard, and then the withdrawal is also very rough. So it's a very heavily addictive. When you've seen it and confiscated it, it's been in like dime-sized things wrapped in like a wax paper.
Oh, so we found a.
It's like a small piece of gum is what you would picture if you'd see like a standard like dose of sweet.
Okay.
From what you know, it's definitely a human thing. So finding it in kobolds, like they wouldn't be making it probably safely.
Well, guys, I think I've. This kobold, he has been up to no good. And I take out the grapefruit size thing that I wrapped up and kind of unravel it and go. They've been stealing drugs from somewhere, and I empty it out now that I know what it is with the contextual clues and stuff.
Yeah, you would have had a hard time recognizing it in like large buckets. Like you probably had there's probably over in the back of the cave probably 50 or 60 worth of those grapefruit sized balls of it there.
Whatever they're getting this, it seems to be a large operation.
Go back to the far buckets.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do a little pinky tasting.
Okay.
One of those.
It has so it's kind of hard in texture, like a colder tar. It's usually put in the mouth and chewed until it softens, kind of like a hard wax or something that you chew on and suck the juices out. But you're able to get some of the residue on your finger, and to the taste, it's a little bit bitter, but it's almost a pleasant bitter. Kind of picture like
an IPA,
a sour followed by like a sweetness, like maybe like a warhead. Bitter, maybe not is that right? So like it's got an aggressive tartness, but that's followed by like a really pleasant sweetness in
Sour Patch Kids.
Sour Patch Kids. No, not like but like it's like aggressive, yeah.
Sour but sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
And probably just the taste isn't enough to get too much of an effect. They usually chew on it for like a good 20 minutes or so, and like just sucking the juices out.
Okay.
And those of you from cities, probably so everyone probably but Cap One would be aware of what like sweet eaters are, and know that they get like if you've encountered a sweet eater, it's considered they can be quite dangerous if they're coming down and they start getting kind of manic, looking for the next like. And they've been known to do pretty much anything to get the next dose.
Anything?
Yes.
Anything.
Yes.
It's pretty good, not gonna lie.
Cannon, don't eat that. Are you crazy?
Just curious, that's all.
Don't be lame, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You'll turn out like these filthy kobolds.
I feel like we shouldn't leave these here, though.
I
We'll
agree.
come back for it.
I just try to set fire to some.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's burn them.
Try this again.
Okay.
Like, can I burn the buckets?
Probably after probably 30 or so minutes. Like there's a bunch of debris and stuff around the cave, so you go and find dry pieces of wood and cloth that are laying around. You could probably build a fire pile and get it burning. And as you like get it burning and
Just run though afterwards.
it starts to get more fluid, and it starts giving off this it's a dark, thick smoke.
Yeah, we should
Probably
go.
like leave.
We should go. I start heading down the little thing we climbed up, just sliding down.
Yeah.
Wait, is it gonna explode?
No, it's just we don't want to breathe that in.
Like...
Oh, that's true. You're right. Well, we were gonna camp here.
These are at the far end of a big thing. The cave is pretty big, and the ceilings that you're in are kind of high, so
We should still get out of this chamber though and go to a different.
We should
place
camp
in the
next to
cave.
the pool, the spring, the natural spring.
I agree.
Okay.
All right. So
Okay with that.
you guys head back down through down the hill and past the remnants of the battlefield, and towards the mouth of the cave. You would have to kind of get past a significant pile at this point, where you guys were holding the front line, where Castus was making his stand.
Oh yeah.
There's a significant pile of corpses here. You guys get past those and go to the previous chamber. That's it's relatively large, but it's not huge. The natural spring in the middle.
We camp for the night.
I'd like to fill up my water skin one more time, take a nice swig of it, and since there's a werewolf in the group and then somebody who's kind of walking around like a puppet still, I'm gonna.
Yeah, that's still happening.
I have my torch out and all my weapons sheathed, and I'm gonna camp over here in this corner. You guys can make camp whatever. And I set up my bedroll and get some twigs and stuff and use my torch to light it.
Okay.
I'm lean up against the wall across from him. Just kind of look at him.
Steel, so I'd be like.
Okay.
I guess I'm not really sure what my character would. Just put the bedroll by the water, I guess, and sleeping there, just kind of at the edge of the spring.
Very trusting of my mysterious pool of water.
Yeah. Well, now I'm not, but
Kraken.
whatever.
No, so you go down and you put your
Great.
pool.
I think I would be like
by
half
the pool.
sleeping and more like
Tranquil sound of the spring.
kind of like sitting up with the bedroll, like back propped up against the cave wall, but like sitting on the bedroll so that if I do fall asleep, I can just turn and lay down. But just writing in my journal and keeping a close eye on the werewolf and the puppet.
I reckon I would. You lit a fire.
Yeah, like a small fire next to my bedroll.
I would bring the bone staff over, set it next to the fire, and then curl up next to it like a dog. Just, walk around 3 times, then sit down, curl up, stick my nose under my leg or my tail or however dogs sleep.
Is the largest animal you've ever seen. This is like a wolf the size of a horse. Maybe not quite a horse size, but like
Big dog. Big dog.
It's a big animal, and it's got it's kind of mangy looking.
Like I might have something.
Like probably has something.
I know you have something.
Fucking red rocketing it right now. Watch out, Castus. He's coming for you.
I'm very apprehensive of him, and just kind of, since we're all kind of strained out and stuff, I have and just went to a big battle. I have a feeling we're not having much conversation.
Yeah.
And just kind of dying down.
Yeah. Cap one needs to sleep. He's fucked up. He's sleeping.
All right. So is everybody just calling it a night?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. That's.
We can talk in the morning, or after the sleep, rather. I'm not really sure what time it is. Been in this cave for a hot minute.
Yeah. So, as you're getting down and everybody's getting ready to sleep, just as anyone not sleeping, everyone is sleeping, right?
Pretty much. I guess I wouldn't be, but then I don't know. I feel like I'm unconscious already, and I'm just being puppeted around.
Yeah.
So I'll just the thing like possessing me isn't sleeping.
Okay.
Sitting
It's
there.
just kind of like sitting there, aware,
Yeah.
across from Castus.
Yeah. Looking at him.
Okay. So,
Could you find somewhere else to sleep tonight? You're creeping me out.
And just smile.
That doesn't help.
It is so ominous. I love it.
I look up at him, kind of like turn my head and go back to my journal and scribble down some more.
All right.
Okay.
So as the energy from battle fades and everyone is able to find their as comfortable as a spot that they're able to get, everyone but Kanan, who is this haunting spirit watching over this room and pool, begins to fall asleep. And Cap One is at some point you spring awake in a stone tower, circular, probably 25 feet diameter, chained to a wall, chained on a wooden X. And arms have been opened in a way that lets blood drip, and your legs have as well, and the blood is being drained into channels on the floor, going into a central pool. And around you, you see one of the ghost woods coyotes hanging from a hook upside down as well that's been garroted, so that its blood is also draining. And you see a man hunched over a small desk with different alchemical supplies on it and books open, mixing things, turning things, and he comes over and cuts a star into your forehead, kind of on the top of your head, and blood starts to trickle down your face along the rest of your body, and you're essentially completely immobilized. You've been here for hours. You're just fading in and out of consciousness. And it won't be much longer now. Soon the spell will take hold. And he goes back over and starts mixing things in a mortar and pestle, and you see he's reading from a book as if it has ingredients. And he reaches over and grabs a bottle, and as he pours this into the mixture, he pours a single drop, and it hits, and you see a spark, and then a flame, and then a whoosh of fire as it like engulfs his whole body. His robes catch on fire. The flames go down to the floor, which has the pool of blood in the middle, and a spark lands in it, igniting all the blood on fire. And the the fire travels up, engulfing the wolf, up the drips of blood, catching the I guess the coyote's body on fire, and it travels your way too, and arcs up your chest and up your body, and searing hot flame burns across the front of your face, and you jerk awake in the cave with the spring, returned to your human form, no longer a wolf or a coyote.
I look around. Is anybody else awake?
No, you seem to be the only one awake right now.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. What do I do? And then I start pacing around the pond, just thinking, pondering.
Okay.
Just can't sleep at this point.
Okay.
So I just start pacing. How long has it been? Or would I even know?
It's hard to
How
tell
long?
outside of the cave.
Okay.
Yeah. So Kanan, you have once the evening dulls and you sat down to maintain watch, but also it's not you, it's another person. You find yourself in a white room, sitting across from, oh god, I forgot his name.
Castus.
Sorry. Forget the guy's name.
Oh, excuse me.
Do you know it off the top of your head? The spirit.
Did I name it?
I thought you did.
I did. Okay, his name is Zil.
Okay. So you find yourself
Dhil.
in a room.
Okay.
Sitting across from you is your old friend, Zil. In a chair, you're sitting opposite of him in a similar chair, and there's nothing else in the room. Bit of a sticky situation you got yourself into.
Yeah.
I had to come save you again.
Again, you saved me the last time.
You think that, but I'm always there. Step behind you. You keep running from me.
Well, you wouldn't run from yourself either?
After what you did, do you think I would not keep looking for you?
You're always behind me, so you don't have far to look.
Just kind of stares you down. And you slowly feel as if you're in control of your mind again. Slowly taking back the control from Zil's spirit. Rest easy now. And you nod off after that. All right. So unless anyone else wants to do anything through the eve, we'll get to the morning.
Yeah, I knocked out pretty hard.
Cave. A few hours later, Cap 1's pacing around the pool.
Is he now a human again?
Yeah, he looks just like you did when you first met him.
Is he clothed?
Yeah.
Cap 1, I see you're not a dog anymore.
No, I'm not. It seems well, it seems like I'm turning back into my old self again.
Well,
I've got my old voice back, it seems. Which is interesting.
you do sound different.
Oh yeah. You bet your boots.
I love this
That's-
accent change.
That's how you sound all the time.
Oh, I used to.
Oh my god.
Before, before
Oh,
what?
before this, the Scar. Yeah. I was a good lad. And then,
Been meaning to ask you about that scar. Where'd you get it?
oh, here and there, I guess. A little incident with a guy I knew. He wanted some things from me, and apparently wasn't willing to give them. And he just kind of took them, eh?
Okay. Pretty vague answer, but I respect it. Your privacy.
Well, interesting night we had. I've never been a coyote before.
That was the first time that's ever happened.
As far as I can remember.
Well then, I just kind of like nod and I look over at Cannon, and does he look? He looks the same.
He looks back how he did before.
I'm like drooling, face planted on the cave, sleeping.
And I go, oh, looks like Cannon needed some rest. And I start rolling up my bedroll.
What was his deal?
I don't quite know. It looks. He didn't look
a different
like.
person, right?
Yeah, he looked like
Like my facial expressions definitely changed. Like
possessed or something. I don't understand what has happened the last night, but I think we did a good thing by burning all the resin.
Oh, I hope so.
From Viking to hiking.
Oh, he's never gonna curse. Oh heck.
Oh heckin' darn. Well, we've overstayed our welcome here in this cave. What do you think?
Well, no one's giving us the boot.
You just wanted to say boot, didn't you? Well, I mean, I packed
Well,
up.
do you want me to wake up the others?
Bell, are you awake?
I am now after all their talking and being rude. Now,
Do you say that to
carrying
yourself?
on a conversation. Yeah,
Well, he
carrying on
was
a
sleeping over. Oh, wait, he
conversation while
wasn't sleeping at
people are
all.
trying to sleep. The first thing you hear from over by the spring. Irritated Bell wakes up.
Oh, Bell, we don't have to leave yet. You can rest for a little bit longer, and I'd like to walk over to the corpse that we found on the way in.
Okay, so you go through exit the chamber and go through the passage you found back to the first chamber. It's from what you can tell, it's a male corpse. Anywhere from 18 to 25, maybe, is your best guess. Maybe 18 to 30. An adult male.
Were there signs of struggle at all?
Yeah, so there was some bite and claw marks along his arms and legs. Not that he was eaten, but bitten, and he died essentially of blood loss. He was laying in a big pool of blood and just slowly kind of bled out from lots of minor wounds.
Did he have a weapon to defend himself, or did it look like he was resisting at all? Or do I have the knowledge to know that?
In the cave, you don't find any weapons.
Or like foot drag marks or something, or...
I think you made a check on the way in.
We found some on the way in.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah, we were
signs of
following.
scuffle and stuff.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to lay him out. Like, if he's like sitting up, I would like to lay him down.
Yeah, he's kind of like laying down, but like half propped against a wall.
Yeah, I'd like to lay him down flat. And I have the torch above my head, and with one arm I put it over his left arm across his chest, like this, and his right arm across the other chest. If I have a piece of cloth, I would like to put it over like his hands, or maybe well, do I have anything on me? No. And
As you're kind of performing, yeah, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
As you're kind of performing the almost kind of like a last rites, I imagine. Like you're just saying, whatever words you would maybe know, and putting the body in a respectable pose. Essentially, just showing respect to the dead. You feel a sense of power from your sword, and
Like while it's on my back.
You feel something like a presence, a glowing, like you maybe see a flicker of the light on the wall, Haze.
Not now.
Are you just ignoring it?
Yeah, and I continue to, and I would like to take out my journal and rip out a page and put it down next to me, but then I would like to try to resurrect him.
Word!
It'd be a 5 purple.
Do
I
it!
think, I don't know if this is. He's kind of decayed.
Says may target a dead character. If successful, target is restored to life with full, like, basically unconscious with wound threshold. If check fails, no one can resurrect.
He doesn't seem.
Resurrectable.
Yeah, like he's not a fresh corpse. Like there's bloat. It's pus.
His heart's probably gone. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's up to you.
You gotta resurrect him, man.
I'm trying to resurrect.
Yeah.
That's why it's hard. That's why it's daunting.
That's why it's hard as fuck.
It's 5 purple baseline.
Holy shit. This works. I'm gonna leave.
Okay. Go for it. I upgraded it a lot.
That's fair. Yeah, I take out my torch and take off my gloves and go. And I cast it. I don't know what to say yet because I've never done this before, or I've only read about it, but
Oh, we got a fucking triumph!
Stop.
Alright, so take 5 strain.
that's fair.
Holy shit.
Oh my god, dude.
And while the sword is peeking to me, and I say, "Not now," and I just like, by the power of everything that's inside of me, myself, Castus Nyx, I would like you to return to this world because you left a little too early.
Alright, so you kneel down and reach your hands over the body. You feel the sword respond to you not listening. And you pick up this sense of anger, frustration at probably, you could guess, being ignored. And you feel, for a moment, as you reach out your hands over this body, you feel this almost like a blinding ivory light with blue accents like reach around your hand. You see it start to peek out from like the back of your hands. Just as you feel that it's right there, potentially, like you're grabbing onto it, it slips. And it recedes just as fast as you were able to find it. And you felt like it was so close in your hands, but it was just a bit slippery and you weren't able to grasp all of the energy there. The triumph will come into play.
Okay, that's fair. And then as the energy, and like I can see that I failed the resurrection, and
Yeah, the body potentially would look slightly less bloaty. It doesn't look as old of a corpse maybe now. Taken a few days off of it rotting, basically. Maybe the face is slightly more recognizable. Some of the purple and bitey swelling has gone down a bit. But yeah, he's still dead.
okay, I would like to now that he looks a little better, and
It's less like gag
carry him.
inducing.
What?
It's like less gag inducing now when you walk up and see it.
Right. I'd like to put back on my gloves, and I think I want to pick him up.
Okay. So you're able to pick him up and carry him. I don't know. Like you're able to do that. There's no role or anything.
Okay, I'm gonna carry him like this, in a respectable way. This time, after the cloth, I put the cloth over his face since I wasn't able to resurrect him, and I take him back to the group. We should bring this body to town so the family can pay their respects. If it is who we think it is.
What's that? Ugh. I start yawning and stretching. Finally awake.
Good morning, Cannon, or are you still Cannon?
And I'm Cannon. Who's a new friend?
It's
Super candid about the dead body.
it's we walked by on the way in here. We should take him back to town.
Looks brand new. What have you done?
Is maybe a bit extra.
Well,
better
from before.
Yeah, like better from before.
Just did my best.
Well, let's get hoofing.
All right, I'm gonna walk over to the pond real quick that we slept by. Just kind of like wash my hands, splash my face, and I look into my reflection, and I just kind of shake my head, and then I get up and go.
It's just you looking back.
Yeah.
Belle is gonna pack up all her stuff and then get ready to go. Get ready.
Also, if you have any strain, heal it other than the 5 from that.
Yeah,
cast.
that's yeah.
What about
Bring-
wounds?
Wounds, I think you heal 1 wound overnight. Is that right? There is a rule for it. I don't remember.
Yeah, you heal 1 overnight for 8 hours. All right, is everyone packed up then?
Yeah.
All I had to do was grab my new bone staff. I don't have a whole lot. I don't fucking have a pack.
You taking that with you?
Dirty boy. Oh yeah. I feel like it could be useful in the future.
I just nod and then start leaving the cave.
I'm right behind him.
Right, as you guys are leaving the mouth of the cave, back into the natural sunlight. From the sun's position, it seems maybe mid-morning. You guys slept in a bit after your late night of fighting, and then the pitch black of the cave, it was hard to... There was no sunrise to get you up. Yeah.
Wait, so what time is it?
It's like mid-morning.
Okay.
Maybe like 10 or so.
I guess we would just head back towards the middle of Stones Brook if there's like an area and look for a familiar face from the Two Goats Inn. Or if the Two Goats Inn's open. Stop by there.
Yeah, maybe we can get some food from the food person.
Barnabas. Barney.
Wife.
Barnabas and
Elma?
Barney.
Elma, yeah.
Yeah, she was the one doing the food.
She
What was the dead guy's name?
We think it's Thomas.
Alright, so as you head back, it'd take a few hours to get back all the way, especially now that you're a little bit slower carrying the corpse. You don't pass anyone or anything like that on the way back. Back, you get back to the town. You see the same two stores that you passed before. The Dusty Boot and the Traveler's Bounty. Cross back towards the Two Goats Inn. Where are you going?
I don't think I'd carry a corpse into the inn. Seems a little extra.
Or like a church or like some kind of like
It is a church.
altar or something where you would have a religious ceremony or a funeral or something.
Yeah, so in town there is a church. Acna.
I guess I would stand outside of the Two Ghosts Inn, or maybe before we even got into town, I took my bedroll and put it over them so that way, like, none of them is showing.
Mm-hmm.
And could one of you go inside and look for old Sam, right? The Miller's boy. That's who we were looking for, but old Sam.
That's Sam. He's not
Or any of
old Sam, but Sam. There was an old Jeb.
old Jeb.
Alright,
Old Jeb. Okay, not old.
I'll try go and look for Sam.
The girl we need to find.
Any of
Girl
the
was
sister.
brother to Sia.
Yeah. Need to find the sister.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Could one of you go inside and look for them?
I'll go inside since I know who we're looking for.
Okay.
All right, you go
So-
inside, and as you go in, same bar as usual. Old Jeb's there in his seat that he sits at this bar. Behind the bar, there's Barney in the kitchen door's
Barney.
open with the fire lit inside.
I asked Barney if he has seen Sia or
So you're looking for Sia?
18-year-old girl. Yeah. Was Isaac her brother as well?
No, Isaac. He's the blacksmith's apprentice.
Right. Yeah, I'm looking
What
for
do you what do you
Sia
need Sia
though.
for?
We believe we have news of her lost brother.
Oh, Thomas? Have you found it? Have you found him? What have you heard?
Well, we're not sure. That's why we're looking for Sia.
Jeb. Well,
You could just tell me where Sia is, where I could find her.
Thomas is he's been missing. If you know
If
where
you
he
could
is, you have
just
to tell
tell
us.
me where Sia is.
Barnabas comes and he's like, she's out this way. He walks out the door with you. Where have you put the body? It's just on the ground covered in a bedroll, right?
Yeah, like kind of out of the way, but like I'm standing next to it.
Yeah.
Better not be at home because she lives
Where's-
out to the lake.
Thomas, where? He said he was out here, and then he looks over and sees.
Nobody
Cassius.
said that.
He's been looking for someone, and you said you might know where he is. He was excited.
We're looking for Sia.
You mentioned Thomas. That you knew where he was. Anyways, doesn't matter. He's doing this. Deal with
God
it.
damn it.
Good morning, Barney.
Oh no. He has this like grim face. I was hoping that this wouldn't be what we found eventually.
I was hoping to tell his
He's gonna
sister
be a dick.
before other people fried, but where can
Other
we
people, I've
find
known
her?
Sia since she was a girl, and you four strangers come and think you know better?
Barney, we need you to identify the body.
Of
Be
course.
better if you did it and not his sister.
I agree. I don't know if her heart could take it. He comes over and kind of kneels down and just pulls back the bedroll to the neck. And as he sees the face, his kind of face drops a bit.
Oh, don't drop your face there, bud.
That's, then he kind of looks at his wounds and looks Kobolds? He kind of asks and looks up. Some kind of animal.
I tell him that us strangers couldn't do as good as him. We don't know. Like, really fucking mockingly. Like, well, we're just strangers, so we don't, we don't know what we're doing. So, we just brought this dude's, dead whatever back, and I'm trying to inform his sister before, and he's like, oh, well, you strangers don't know anything, so I'm really gonna throw it back in his face.
Classic Bell.
Apparently. Kobolds, Barney.
It's now
The whole cave of kobolds to the east.
Under control before I do something stupid. Now's not the time. I understand.
Oh, it's too late for that then.
Well, take a walk.
Bell takes a walk.
I understand you helped, and I'm sorry for. We've been looking for this boy for a little over a week.
So it is
now.
Thomas then.
Yes, this is him. He looks as if he died only a few nights ago. We were just a bit. We were just a bit late, it seems.
Yes. And I try to hide my reaction, and then just because in the moment I think this is the time.
I don't think he would have noticed.
To lie for the sake of goodwill, and I go. It looks like he put up a good fight, and the kobolds really struggled to get him.
Yeah, he was a good lad. Got mixed up in the wrong crowd, but I guess that's all it takes.
Wrong crowd, you say?
He gets up and he starts walking towards the Dusty Boot, one of the towns.
I say, sir, what kind of crowd is this to speak of, bud? You said wrong crowd. What kind of wrong crowd is this?
Are you walking with him? He's like walking somewhere.
I guess I'm following him. Yeah.
Okay.
Do it.
He's.
What do you mean a wrong crowd? Who is this crowd?
Well, there's just some boys who are known for getting into trouble. Nothing too serious, really. It's just, how boys will be boys, and you kind of approach.
Are they taking drugs?
As he goes into the Dusty.
Are they taking drugs, sir?
Dude, it is very 20s, like radio announcer. The Hindenburg flies today. Oh!
You ever see him chew on any purple stuff, eh?
So he walks into the Dusty Boot, and Phil, and from behind, probably maybe 30 years old. Like, I don't remember how old I said he was, but that's how old he is now. This is the important time. Phil, they found Thomas. It's not good. Can you go tell the Fishers? Yeah, of course. He walks out, starts heading towards the direction of the lake, basically. Then he walks back out. What were you asking about? Sorry, I needed to make sure someone was going to get them.
I understand. I want to know about this rough crew he's been running with. Okay?
It's just a few of the boys in town. They just get into trouble.
What kind of trouble? Like turning over apple carts or chewing on purple stuff?
Kind of looks at you, kind of confused. Not sure what that line of questioning is pointing to.
Do they take drugs, Billy?
Drugs. Barney. It's Barney.
That's what I said, Billy. Do they take drugs?
Not that I know of, no.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
Boys who'll rebel, get up to no good. Went to their service and came back thinking they knew the world.
Well, like you said, boys will be boys.
Yeah.
If you have any other information, we'd sure like to know it.
The information I have is that a boy of this town, who I've known his whole life, is dead out in front of my inn. That's the
Yeah,
information I have.
we're trying to get to the bottom of it.
I understand, but
So if you
now is the
If you
time for mourning.
sure, but if you think of anything else in the future, just let us know.
What is this?
Okay.
Detective.
Mashing.
We are detectives, see?
We're here to solve your crime. You seen
I
any
love it.
perpetrators?
Love it.
He walks back and Jeb is now outside. Old Jeb has walked out and he's looking sad. Jeb, could you go to the church and tell Corbin there'll be a funeral. We found Thomas. All right, I'll fetch him. And he walks towards the kind of like one room church, like nothing special, but like quaint little church.
Chapel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk up to Ben. I know he's a little sad. I'm gonna pull him aside.
Ben? There's not a Ben.
Bill.
His
Benji?
name is Barney.
Barney.
Jesus Christ.
Let me write this down.
Brian?
Oh my God.
Brian? Barney.
Barney, what are all those names around here, huh? Never heard of
Barney.
Barney before. I've
I
heard
have
of
a
Ben.
question.
You a Ben?
A question here.
Yeah.
I know it might not be the right time, but it's important. You told us beforehand that the kobolds were friendly, correct? Well, not necessarily friendly, but just not bothersome.
They didn't used to. They were never aggressive like they have been. They used to just be, you'd maybe see one in the woods out by the lake, by the cliff sides, but you'd never more than see them and maybe make eye contact with a few of them, and then they would leave. They were never so bold.
Well, what we discovered in the cave where we found Thomas was that there was these buckets filled with some purple resin. You happen to know anything about that, do you?
Resin? What do you mean? Like,
It was purple of color, but it was thick, almost like clay.
we found buckets. I have no idea.
We set them aflame just to be sure, because we saw some of the kobolds chewing on it and eating it. It looked like it made them a little bit more feral than usual. But is there a town nearby?
No. This is, we're the only ones out here for 2 weeks ride in either direction.
Well, someone's making this stuff, Barney, and I don't.
This resin.
I wanted.
What is the...
Who grabbed it?
Resin?
Who grabbed the grapefruit size? Was that Belle?
I left it.
You left it?
Yeah.
God damn it!
Yeah, so you know that this, it was Dreama resin.
Rima?
DR.
Yeah, I would have conveyed that after I put that together.
Yeah.
Can you spell that real quick? Sorry.
Drima.
Oh, wait. Drima?
Yeah.
E-R.
I spelled it wrong.
Would I recognize Rima?
Yeah, the people from the cities would know what it was. I think Capone would be the only one who probably isn't very familiar with it. He's not really from a civilized locale.
So I would know about it then.
Yeah, you would have known about it. It's like the drug and the crazed peoples who are addicted to it. But
I've traveled long distances, but I know what I'm looking at when I'm.
and this resin,
Yeah, this Rima resin,
Dreama.
highly addictive.
I'm familiar. It's just you
From,
said-
like,
you
being-
said buckets. It's
Literal buckets, probably waist high.
and you. That's more than I've ever heard of.
Question. Especially in Hurrah, would I know what it's made out of?
You'd know it's like a sap.
Oh, Okay, so it's more harvested than it is being like
I
like
don't
outcome
know. You
like
can
refined.
make
Yeah,
a knowledge.
great. I'm the smartest one here.
I guess this would be adventuring, right?
All right,
Make a knowledge adventuring.
all right, I'm ready.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're aware that it's like kind of a natural substance, but you're not necessarily what goes into like
Okay.
making it. If it's raw out of a tree or if there's some type of prep, you're not sure.
Okay.
Now, am I with them carrying Thomas? That's what I
You
want.
set him down on the ground.
Just out by the inn.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, sitting there
Like,
talking
no,
though,
it's
right?
not that weird of a
Yeah,
thing to do. Like, you brought the body back and you laid him down. And,
Right,
like, you
okay.
treated him respectfully, so it's not like you've
Okay,
done
I
anything wrong.
Good. That's what I want to get across.
No. Nothing. It's not like as a way of bringing a body back to town. Like, this is like, there's not
You're
like
like,
a
Your
way
weekends
to
at
do it.
burning it. Yeah.
You're not like, he's fine, guys. But, yeah. So, I've heard of the Dreama resident, and I've even seen a sweet eater myself. What you're saying is such vast amounts. Why would the kobolds be making it?
I think they're making it.
I mean, this would found it with them, right? I don't know.
Am I there?
Yeah,
I think
Okay.
I think it was probably a stat. Oh, yeah, I walked away.
Walk. She's
Yeah,
taking
I'll
a
be
lap-
back in a
taking
minute.
a lap around the
I'll be back in a minute.
We think they stole it from somewhere.
I don't know where they would steal it from. Traveler, maybe? It's a small town. Can't imagine anyone doing this.
Well, I asked there was a town nearby.
No, I mean,
Like they're either someone here is making it and refining it, or they're collecting it themselves.
At this point,
Have you seen
Phil
anyone
comes
on
back?
Dreama lately?
no. There's no sweet eaters here. Oh, if there were, the whole town would know of it.
Can I see if he's lying?
Yeah. Go ahead and do. Is it vigilance? What's the versus check for lying? Vigilance, right?
Yeah. First deception. It's on that cheat sheet too, if you have it open.
He seems genuine. As in the fact that as far as he was aware,
And who are we talking to again?
Barney.
he's the inn owner.
Billy.
Oh, Barney.
Brian.
Beverly.
As far as you can tell, like in his eyes, like no one in town would be like that. Like it's a small town. Like most people like know everyone knows everyone.
Well, Barney, you seem to know a lot of people in Stones Brook. You seem to be respectable. Do you know of anyone who would flirt with the wrong side of the law?
Well, I mean, there's some that are minor, up to
Names,
mischief.
Barney, names.
I don't think anyone would be as.
Someone stashed those drugs in there.
No one at that
What
level.
about those kids that took a keg from you?
There's some kids who take kegs and they'll, steal a wheel of cheese every now and then. They're not mass.
Can I do a knowledge check on the kegs that they were taking in the buckets we found? Are they like the same buckets?
Yeah, see, we're detectives, see?
Go ahead and do a knowledge adventuring check.
Oh, that's not good. Nope. I don't know what type of buckets would be used for anything.
There definitely would.
Fair.
These buckets, they're both wood, these buckets are. And wood is what buckets oftentimes are made out of.
That is true. You have a point, Barney.
That's your head.
Oh.
That's all.
You have a point, Castus. You're so smart,
I mean,
Castus.
some of the boys, Ben and Titus, they would mess with. They were friends of Thomas's, and they would sometimes, go out, drink, get too drunk, and skip church and things like that. They'd get up to mischief.
They'd skip church.
Can't imagine that they would anything like this.
These boys sound like they're up to no good.
I mean, they're up to. They were Thomas's friend. They wouldn't.
Thomas knew them.
They were all good friends, yeah.
Yeah, they were storing drugs in those caves. Thomas was going in.
Hey,
to
Bell.
retrieve 'em.
I don't.
I thank you, Barney. And then I kind of,
They would never do such a thing.
thank you for your conversation, Barney, but we need to walk away from you.
So about this time, old Jeb would be returning with another. This guy, he probably looks mid-30s, maybe 40. He's in a shoulder length, very simple. What used to be white, but now it's kind of a dirty. It's not super good robe, basically, with like the cut here held together with like twine, kind of tied together, kind of robe.
Like smoking robe
No.
that did he wears to the
Picture
bar?
like
Well, that's what I'm
nothing that you
picturing.
would like jizz on.
God damn.
He's gotta keep that clean because it's his only public
picture,
piece,
like,
right?
Some of the brothers like the Game of Thrones, like the
Yeah,
sparrow
okay, I
bag,
got
just
you.
like the dirty
Like a
religious
long
robe.
tunic.
Just like
Yeah.
a sack.
Yeah. He comes up and then Barney, Brother Corbin, it's good you're here. What has happened? Jeb told me we found Thomas.
Sir, he's right here. I point and I gesture towards the body.
And he makes he sees the body as he like comes around the building and can see it, and he makes a gesture in the air. Oh no. I was worried this would happen. He goes over.
Why?
Well, he's been missing. It's not just go missing without something being afoot, especially when they go missing without a girl. And he goes over.
You
and
say he was bad with the girls.
we need to. It's
Stop.
going to do your best to like antagonize all of my NPCs.
No.
I'm trying.
Bring him to the chapel. Did someone send word to his family? I did, yeah. Ben's on his way over. Or Phil is, rather.
Brother Corbin,
Yes. Oh, I don't believe we've met.
Castus. Castus Nix.
Did you find Thomas?
Yes, we did.
Well, I thank you for bringing him to us, bringing him home. Well, someone help me get him to the chapel.
Brother, I think we should have some sort of ceremony for him. Let his spirit rest.
I couldn't agree more. Let's get him to the chapel and get his family here. You see Jeb kind of wander off. After you move him over the chapel, and it's like a very small. It's like maybe 8 pews, 4 on each side, and like a small stage up. Not even a stage, just like a raised plinth that he talks at. And there's a raised table, like an altar, kind of in the middle. And you help Brother Corbin lay the body down on it. And as he begins setting some candles, you see Sia kind of run through the door. He's like, "No! Show him to me!" And then behind her, you see two of her parents coming in. And they go up and inspect the body, and they're all crying and obviously very upset. And as they come in, a few moments later, Phil, the man who was sent to go get them, comes in, and Brother Corbin begins like getting some candles and stuff lit around the room and things like that. So everybody's just kind of prepping a funeral.
I sense his spirit or a spirit lingering.
No, you don't sense any.
Okay.
I would like to soul the young sister
Here we go.
with my charming ways.
All right, so
Trying to make her feel better,
what do
you
want
know?
to do? Like she's
I
just
don't know.
weeping over the fresh corpse of her dead brother.
Like, tell her that it's okay, and she looks pretty even when she's crying. Tell her that.
God.
Jesus.
Fuck it. Make a
Yeah, dude, fuck it.
charm check. I'm gonna add like 5 setback dice due to the fresh news of her brother being
Grieving.
dead. Yeah, due to like a fresh grief.
Trying to hook up. Story point.
Oh God.
I'm not gonna use a story point, but it is gonna make it
Actually,
interesting.
I'm gonna use a story point.
Oh.
I'm upgrading. Go for it.
Oh God!
Charmer.
Damn. That was
Jesus.
ridiculous.
Yes. Correct.
Yes, it was, Val. It was.
It was.
It was a ridiculous thing.
Trying to pick up a girl at her brother's funeral.
Like not even like funeral that was like a few days later. Like within an hour of learning about it.
Hey, baby.
Not within an hour.
You're
Something
very
like
pretty when your dead
30
brother's right
seconds
there.
of her coming in the door.
He's just like bawling hysterically.
Bell. Timing, Bell. Timing.
It's not right. The timing is not right.
What's the advantage?
The advantage is no one seems
No
to
one
have
kicks me
noticed.
out.
No one noticed to a too bad of degree to where they're really upset. I was really hoping for a despair. Make some fucking enemies.
Okay. Oh. I'm done. I'm not gonna do anything else.
Okay.
Thank you for your contribution. I'd
What
like
if
to
that
help.
would have worked?
I'd like to help.
That's the thing,
That's
it's like,
why I wanted to
I've made
do
the
it.
role ridiculous.
It worked in that Star Wars game.
You did.
It was just as difficult. I'd like to help Corbin with the ceremonies anyway. As an extra hand, I'll let him lead the way.
All right. So as he's kind of setting up, more and more people start filtering in, and
Cannon, could you play a song?
Oh, sure. I guess I don't want to be like in the front where the body is. I'll kind of stay in the back.
off to the side.
Yeah, stay in the back. Let the music resonate, and I'll just like not necessarily a somber song, but sad and bright at the same time. Just
Okay.
drumming, just like
All right. Make
graded
a
corns. Yeah.
performance of skill, or is it verse? I think
It's verse if he's playing.
verse check.
Good.
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh, yes.
People start dancing. Fucking hey.
Read the room, guys. Good God.
It's a celebration now.
Dude. Everybody starts singing out. They didn't even like him. They're happy. No. So you kind of just go fade back to the background of the room, and almost to where, as a performer, you're not noticed, but the music is resonating around, and it has this beautiful but haunting kind of resonance through the room, and it gives a sense of like a somber sadness, but also feeling of love and like comfort to the atmosphere. And
Can there be some like synesthetic like beams of light going? Not beams of light, but just like, I don't know, magical luminescence coming from the sound.
The atmosphere kind of there's almost a glitter to the light that is coming in through the windows, and on first glance you would think it might just be dust in the air moving around, but if you would to inspect it more, you'd see that there are little like sparkles flashing on and off, like kind of dust-sized fireworks. Like there's a like almost like glitter flying around through the air, kind of floating around and just up kind of at the ceiling, not like around anyone's heads or anything, but it's a very subtle show. And as you play more people start to funnel in, and Jeb comes back, and I told the town well enough anyway to where it'll spread in moments, and more and more of this town start to filter in until this room is pretty much full, and then you outside there's more of a queue. You can see it, and it seems like pretty much everybody in this entire town has shown up.
Do I notice anybody kind of off? Maybe like
well, first, can I get everybody to make a vigilance check?
oh,
That means
Initiative vigilance or regular
Just
vigilance?
normal vigilance. Unless anyone's specifically like actively searching for people, but if not, it's
damn.
vigilance. Alright, so
Jesus.
Kanan, as you're playing and like kind of just watching how your music is affecting the patrons, you do see the boys who came in and took their in the crowd. The boys who took the keg, the two boys, are in the room here, and they seem very upset and somber as well. Along with the mood, they don't seem out of place or anything, but you do see them. And then after a moment,
I guess I'll wait for them to have their turn at paying their respects, and on their way out, maybe I'll in like a few minutes or something
so
on the way out.
the room kind of fills up. Brother Corbin kind of takes up and today, our greatest fears were realized, and the lost son of Stonesbrook, Thomas, was found by very generous friends here who were just stopping through and took up our cause to find him, and they succeeded. But the news they brought was not happy news. We are here to remember Thomas and lay him to rest and get closure so we can heal. So we bring him to the temple of Akna, where she watches and is in charge of bringing us into the world, and also heralds us away from it to be reborn again later. And the sermon kind of goes on for a little bit longer, and kind of wraps it up and ends with putting a big like white cloth over the top of Thomas's body. And people start to filter out.
Another question. I'm not like the smartest guy, but do I see any indication of maybe what god they worship in this church? Or if it's just some...
Yeah, you don't need to be smart for that, because you said it. It's Akna, A-K-N-A.
Akna,
the most prevalent god in Corin.
Oh, that's right. He did say.
So it's a very, if you're gonna find a church in Corin, most of the time it's gonna be to Akna. She's the kind of like a goddess of fertility and birth and kind of like human life, essentially. Many worship her as like the mother. Yeah. But yeah, it's ending and people are beginning to start filter out here.
All right. I guess I'll walk up to the main guy that I remember causing a ruckus at Barney's bar.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, your name?
I'm gonna do a different voice. What was it? I'm Titus. Titus Sutter.
Hey, Titus. Name's Cannon.
Hi. I heard you found him.
Yeah, I helped find him with the group of us. But
we looked for so long, but me and Ben, we couldn't find him.
You know about the Cobalt's Cave next to the lake?
I mean, there's lots of caves by the lake. I knew there was. We know about the caves, but we don't usually go there. I don't.
Do you know anything about Dreama resin?
Make perception check.
Perception?
Yeah. So you see, as you mentioned, Dreama resin, eyes kind of get like a little like glimpse of fear, and he's like, what? No. Why would you ask about that out here?
Well, we found it on him.
No, Thomas wouldn't do that. He didn't use it. He wouldn't do that.
But it looks like the Cobalts took him for it.
I don't know. You're crazy. I think you're seeing stuff.
I could be. I'm just trying to get information, Titus.
He tries to start kind of leaving.
Okay, I'll let him go.
He kind of hurriedly leaves and makes his way out.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let him go.
You see, there's another guy. The other one. There was two of them.
Does anybody else see the others?
Are you guys? I don't know what you guys doing. Castus is kind of helping, so I imagine he's not paying too much attention to the crowd.
Well, I caught them on their way out, so I'm outside the little chapel.
I know, but I think he's seeing if they saw the interaction. What he was asking.
Yeah. I would have liked to.
I would like to give another.
You guys can make perception checks here, but if you were watching if you were paying attention to Kanan, you would have seen it, though, I guess. So, if you think you need to make a check, go for it. But if you think that your guy would be paying attention to it,
Well, so my idea was Cop 1 was probably looking for the same type of people, the same guys throughout the entire ceremony. So if I had seen them, which I don't think I did with my vigilance check, I probably would have noticed Cannon
when he went to talk
approaching this guy and just watched him talk to him and been watching the body language between the both of them and that sort of thing.
Yeah, you'd have probably noticed how quickly he left.
Okay.
It seemed kind of frantic. But Kanan was pretty calm about it too. But Kanan, the other guy, you saw with him, is also he's coming by as well.
Okay. I waved to him. Kind of like a.
Hi. Who are you?
Name's Cannon. We have a quick acquaintance at Barney's, but
Oh,
Just wanted to see how you were doing. I'm sorry about your friend.
yeah. I'm Zach.
Zach.
I
Pleasure, Zach.
Me and Titus were pretty drunk that night.
I could tell.
We
It was this guy, and I point to Cap 1.
kept on. You see Kanan kind of gesture over towards you, and him and
I just, hey!
and the guys
from across the chapel.
from the two ghosts that Tustola gang is there.
So I wave back, and I start making my way slowly over there because I think I'm being beckoned.
Okay.
Yeah, Barney gave us a good chewing out the next day, and he made us work for a few hours to pay for the keg.
That's good. At least you paid him back.
Yeah, we were just drunk.
Look, I was, I know this is going to sound abrupt and kind of
Cap 1, you're showing up.
sound insensitive, but talking to Titus kind of gave me a sense that you guys fiddled around with some Dreama resin.
Alright. I'm going to have him get a cool check.
Can I cast something here
Oh my god.
secretly?
Okay. So,
Uh-oh.
oh shit, why is that so many?
Because you hate me.
No. Which one did I roll? Dice pool. It shouldn't have that many dice.
Does Danny, do you have dice at the top?
I don't think so. Oh shit, I do.
I don't know
I'll put-
why it's.
I don't know why that happened.
Oh, I'm on your fucking thing.
Yeah, you're on my thing.
Oh,
Okay.
man, sorry. There's too many.
It's okay.
in front of me.
It's alright.
My bad, team. I was like, the fuck? Of course I do on my one roll. Okay. So, once again, at the mention of this Dreama resin, this guy effectively shits himself. He might literally, if she, I don't, what? Dreama. What? Titus? No, he's what? I don't know what you're talking. Like, this is the sketchiest reaction you've ever seen to anyone mentioning a fucking thing. This guy just bombed a cool check.
Okay. Okay, no big deal. He told me the same thing.
Yeah, dude, we don't know anything. We wouldn't.
Yeah, dude.
We wouldn't know anything about. Yeah. I think I've got a. Yeah, my parents. We needed to get.
It's okay. I know you're having a rough day.
Yeah,
why don't you?
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, why don't you take the day?
Yeah, okay.
Again, sorry about Thomas.
Oh yeah. Okay. And he just
Hey,
like
but-
he starts leaving.
I'm gonna kind of like track where he goes. Not track him, but like with my eyes, I'm gonna be like, okay, what direction he's
You
going.
see him go outside, and he sees Titus and kind of runs over and starts like they kind of have a frantic conversation. And then make a perception check. Cap 1, you can also be in this.
I
Perception.
would like to follow them outside or
Damn.
do something here.
Damn.
All right, so yeah, as they kind of get farther away, it's hard to keep track with the crowd that's leaving and stuff. So,
Okay.
Belle, where are you? What are you doing?
I guess I would have been watching that stuff go down, and I would like
All
to
right, you can
try
roll the
and
perception as well.
okay,
Try and track them.
okay.
See if you can
My
see where they
idea,
are.
I would like to try to pose as a buyer. Oh fuck. I would like to try to pose as a buyer and like be like, so I heard you guys are like, have a little operation, and I'm trying to get some
Do go ahead and roll again. Perception.
drugs. Okay.
He's blind!
Oh, what does that mean?
I have no idea.
Dude, am I blind now? I see him, but
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I trip?
So, from what you can tell, There's they're heading towards one of the stores that you guys went to, the Traveler's Bounty. It was the second store you guys visited, I believe.
That's where they're headed?
That's what he kind of gets from the general direction. It seems like they're heading towards that building.
Okay.
But yeah,
All right, roll a
everybody
crit.
else is- No.
As I'm finishing up, I see that the rest of the people have been with her kind of walking away and trying to tail some people, and so I go over to them. Is it just them, or is there somebody else around?
I think it's
we
just
don't
us
know
three.
yet.
Who are you going up to? I'm sorry.
Cannon and Capwan and Bell.
I think it's just us three
There's
now.
like other people around, but they're leaving. They're not like mingling too much.
Okay,
Hard
So,
telling there,
why
bud.
don't we go back to the inn? I got some.
Ian, yes, I could go for a drink right now.
Yeah, let's go get.
Oh
a drink.
yeah, definitely a drink there.
We'll go back to Barney's. Maybe grab a drink.
Alright, so he's probably leaving just a little bit before you. Like maybe like walking, like trailing him by a few feet. He'd been leaving around the same time with his wife, Elma. You get back inside and
We're at Barney's.
yeah, back at the Two Goats.
What's the? I would imagine there's quite a few people there now, like celebrating Tony's death, Timmy's death, Thomas's death.
Don't get any of the names right.
Capwan's terrible at names.
And also the
It's
celebration.
a character quirk
So
now.
it comes in and Jeb and Barnabas and two more gentlemen are in there, and Barney goes, "Well, I think this calls for a drink for Thomas." And he goes back and he gets one of those small kegs, and he's like, "This was one of his favorites." And he pulls out as many. They're small, like shot glasses, kind of round.
How much is that? Sorry, how much is that keg, Barney?
And he's just kind of he's lined up enough shots for everybody. This is one for everyone here for him. Remember Thomas. And then he kind of holds up and leaves everybody in a shot.
To Thomas.
It's on the house.
Thomas.
To Timmy.
Dude, like, okay. Just like as a GM here, do you guys want me to take what you're saying seriously? Because they'll get upset and hate you. Like you.
I fucking am fucked up doing that.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just want to know. That's perfectly good.
Me and
But,
Castus are gonna be the
there's
good
some-
guys.
There's some bad shit you
bad
guys
cap
have
guy.
done about
I mean,
a
they
freshly
should
found
hate-
dead guy. Like,
They should probably hate me.
yeah, they don't
Yeah.
like you. Okay.
That's-
I mean, they're
all.
bittersweet about it.
I'm
You
just.
did help bring back, but also you're an asshole.
Look, emotions are running high.
Yeah.
Here,
Okay.
Bell's like, I found this thing.
I'm bad with names.
They're yours.
People
I'm
are
sorry.
hitting on
I'm
people's
bad with
funerals.
names.
Dude, that was a bold
Okay.
move.
It's okay.
I can't believe that. Oh my god.
I really wanted it to succeed.
I didn't.
I could tell.
Okay, so after the shot, this one here, it's one of the nicer stocks we have. It's probably 80 silver for a keg.
Hey, Silver.
Don't worry about it though. That was every now and then I'd break it out, have a round with the boys, and that was Thomas always enjoyed it. So that's to remember him.
Well,
Oh, Thomas. Okay.
Yes.
Well, let's do another one on me then. Hey, everyone, fill up. We're doing another round.
All right. So so there's what's
Belle walks away.
not taking part.
She doesn't drink.
So you didn't take the first one?
No.
There's an extra. What's this? Last, do you not What here?
And then I jump in and go, Bonnie, she's not much of a drinker. It's
Sure.
Best for everyone that she doesn't drink.
I'm seeing that.
Uh,
So he fills up. What's that? 7 more shots. I guess -1, so 6 more, and passes them back out. Thank you.
How much does that cost?
Friend. 3 silver apiece, so 6 times 3.
Nope, can't afford it.
we'll pay for your drinks.
Oh yeah. How much did you whip out?
I was short. Hold on.
I'll just give him 20 silver. How about that?
Well, at least you
For your
understand the
troubles.
ritual.
Where is my silver? Oh, yeah, I definitely can't afford that.
I'll buy another ad for everyone. I can't afford it.
So what was it? 6 times what? 6 times 3?
Yeah.
18.
Okay. Yeah, I know how to do fucking math.
So does Bella. She was trying to do some fucking math in that church.
Yeah, it was.
Dead
There we
brother
go.
hit on the girl.
It was kind of impulsive, but that's how it goes
so
sometimes.
Everybody takes the shot, and it's got a nice aged smoky. It's a whiskey, goes down pretty smooth. It's a nice warm tingle to the throat.
I would like look around and see who else is in the inn besides barkeeper and.
So Barnabas, Alma, and then 2 other gentlemen you guys haven't met yet are with you. Old Jeb is there, doing his thing, just drinking at the inn as he is, and then you guys.
I'd like to find. Is there a table empty?
Yeah, you guys are the only ones in here. Everybody's at the bar currently.
Could I talk to the 2 people that we don't know that came in?
I'd like to go over to the table as Belle's leaving to go talk to them, and I pull out my journal and inkwell and start writing in my journal.
Castus goes and sits at one of the booths.
I look at
edges of the room.
Kanan and I say, "How about a chat, eh?" And I nod towards Castus.
Castus or me?
I'm talking to you, but I'm nodding towards Castus. Like, hey,
Oh.
how about
Why don't we go there?
chat?
All right, so you guys go to join Castus at the table. Belle, you walk over and you see 2 gentlemen. One's mid to late 20s. The other one's early mid 30s. One is short brown hair and like kind of a full kind of lumberjacky beard.
Okay.
And the other one is tall, maybe like 6'3", kind of lanky, with like a long blonde hair, with like maybe like a dirty short facial hair, kind of oily hair. It's longer, maybe down to the shoulders.
Okay.
But he's kind of he's skinny. He's tall, but he's not like big and huge and imposing like Castus.
Okay.
They see you walk up.
Yeah, I want to ask them what they're if they're friends of Thomas.
Thomas, yeah, we knew him. We weren't too close, but we made his acquaintance a few times. I haven't spoken with him in a few weeks now.
Yeah.
Voices.
I'm afraid he was in a cave up north of the lake, and the kobolds got a hold of him. And
Kobolds, huh? Well,
yeah.
you shouldn't go messing with dangerous wild animals. Get what you deserve.
Yeah. I ask what their names are.
My name's Rory, and he's the big blonde one. Not big, tall blonde one. I'm Rory, and I'm Harry. says the hairy guy.
Okay.
See what I did?
I don't really know if I have anything else to ask them. So I'm gonna ask them if they if they are here in town. Like, do they live here in town, or are they stopping through, or what's
I'm new in town.
heard any rumors? Like, what's going on?
We've been here for a while, but maybe a year or two now. Yeah, I haven't seen you around before. When did you get in? Yeah, not too shabby, young thing. You seem kind of exotic. Where are you from?
This feels a little like it's taking a little bit of a turn. I'm gonna tell him that
Says the guy who just hit on a girl at a fucking funeral.
seems like this is getting a little aggressive. I think I'm gonna just tell him that I got into town a few days ago, and my condolences for the loss of their fellow villager. So, and I walk away.
Okay, you heading back over to the table?
Yeah.
All right, so everybody's at this corner booth here. You guys saw Bell have a short exchange with the two gentlemen at the other side of the bar. You guys aren't at the bar. You're like probably the back corner, far side by the fireplace.
I look up from my journal and, well, Bella, are you finally making friends?
Something's not right with those two.
How so?
If they're drug addicts or what, but they seem to be shifty when I asked them if they were friends of Thomas or how they knew him. It seems that everybody knows everyone around here, and they said that they made his acquaintance a few times, but I'm not really sure what to make of that.
At a quick glance at the people Bell were talking to, are they looking at us?
No, they're just kind of chatting at the bar and having a drink.
I don't trust them.
Hey, so guys, I took some time to have a little chat with those two boys that came in here the other night, causing that trouble with Barney. Remember them?
Yes, the ones who took the keg, and then as I'm saying that, I take the journal and put it in my backpack.
Yeah, the ones that took the keg.
Do you think they have something to do with Thomas going missing?
Not with Thomas going missing, but the resin. Yes, I asked both of them, and Titus left a little bit earlier than the other one. He gave me a little shock of fear in his eyes, and then kind of out his way pretty quickly.
Zach seemed like he was keeping some information from you there, bud.
Yeah, but I wasn't gonna hold him down and interrogate him in front of everybody.
Oh, sure, no. Not in that situation.
But I don't think they're like leaders of this stuff. They look like henchmen.
But they may know something. They may have some information that might be good of.
They
Good of us
definitely
to,
know something.
Try to track them down, see where they live, see where they go in their spare time when they're not stealing kegs and flipping tables.
What should we tail them?
Well, maybe. I don't know.
Well, I kind of lost sight of them. I don't know what direction they went. I lost a little bit of sight of them, but I think Barney knows where they live, for sure.
Okay. I definitely think there's more to this than we've seen.
Definitely.
Do you know where they were last?
I don't know. Probably not. I saw them and then they kind of just lost sight of them.
About what time is it now in the day?
It would be maybe like 5 in the afternoon. He has a few hours to get back and then to get the funeral set up and ready. 5 or
Sure.
6.
Well, I guess. What do you guys think we should try to find this resin operation, or
That sounds like the most
Fucking
most
narcos.
interesting thing going on. These kobolds seem to have been incredibly aggressive, and it seems to have caused trouble with the townspeople already. And if this continues, it could get worse.
I agree.
First the kobolds, then who? The people? No good in my book.
Those two friends of Thomas's know something.
Okay. We did make a good team last time. We each shut down one of those kobold dens.
I agree.
Yeah, we did.
They would
Yes.
work well together, but I'll be right back, and I'm gonna walk over farther end of the bar. I know it's tiny, but trying to keep my voice down from the other two.
Yeah, it's probably like 35, 40 feet.
Oh, okay.
It's like a nice bar. Are you going to talk to Barney?
Yeah, I'm gonna wave Barney down real quick.
Alright, so he comes over, leans over. What can I help you with here, Kanan?
Barney, I know you love this sound. I can see it in your face.
That's
But I was talking to Titus and Zach.
yeah, good lads there. Well, when they can be.
Yeah, they're young. What can you do?
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
I have a sense they know about the Dreama resin. Kind of hard to put on you right now. But if you have any information where they might live.
I mean, I'm not sure about this Dreama resin, but yeah, I mean, they're out.
Where they hang out at least. I don't need to know their home.
They're out by the lake with the other fishing families where Thomas lived. They were childhood friends. They lived pretty close by to each other.
Okay.
Out that way.
Well,
Them and Ben live out there.
perfect. Well, thank you, Barney. And
And Ben, you guys were there. He was at the second store.
right, yeah, that's what
He's
I
the
was mixing
owner
up.
of
He wasn't the owner. He was just the
I was there.
The Dirty Boot, right, or whatever it's called.
Traveler's Bounty.
Traveler's Bounty.
Phil was the dirty boot.
Dusty boot.
Dusty boot. Yeah.
Thank you, Barney, and sorry again about the loss in your town.
We'll get through it. Small towns like this are resilient. Tight knit. It's how we manage. So it's tough when we lose one, but it's the strength of the group that gets you through the tough times. Can I get you guys anything over there while you're in for the night?
I'm actually
I
kind of
have-
hungry.
Yeah.
We can get
A snack done? I'll even help Elma. I'll go back there and help her. I don't mind.
Yes,
No, it's a rough
just
day.
Go back there and ask her for what you want.
I'll go back there and
I want him to yell it at her for me.
Kind of a somber mood for the jolly yell.
Okay. That's fair.
I go ahead and help Elma make
Oh, what do you need, lad? You boys hungry?
some snacks. Nothing too crazy.
Well, no, you boys need dinner. You've just got back. I know you didn't have anything but some tough meat and hard bread.
Well, what have you got? I'll help you out.
I'm making a stew here with some rabbit and carrots and some other things from the garden.
Oh,
And you see in this big pot over a fire this really thick stew with lots of different vegetables in it and big chunks of meat. And she said, well, I'll take care of this stew. You put the bread in the oven. And then there's some bread that's risen on the side. And you pick up the wooden slat, like the big wooden spatula thing, and slide it back in there.
I saw it back in there. Looking around, does it just look like a
It's just a
small
kitchen
kitchen?
back here. Yeah, it's got a kitchen. Then there's like a back room where there's spices and jars and different stuff like that. And then a trapdoor kind of down to a colder storage in the ground.
Nothing suspicious.
I'll make a perception check. Hold on. All right, you're good. Wait, yep.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay,
Upgrade with 2Ds.
you're good.
Oh,
By Beyonce. Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah, so as you look around, like, it seems to be just a pretty standard kitchen. Like, it's pretty well equipped. You look back in the spice cabinets, like, it's got a good selection and, like, hanging, drying herbs. Like, from what you can see down in the cellar, there's more of the kegs of the ale and stuff like that down there. And, pots, pans, like, nothing seems out of the ordinary for, like, a inn kitchen. Maybe this
Sure.
one is relatively nice, not like crazy nice, but like the inn's a big inn. It probably gets good business on the trade route,
Gotcha. Okay.
as you could tell.
Well, I'll finish up helping her then.
All right, so as Kanan returns from the back of the kitchen, he brings two big, like, round loaves of golden, nice and warm bread, fresh out of the oven, and four bowls with wooden spoons, and then like a big bowl that she puts in the center of this deliciously smelling, like, spiced stew with rabbit in it. This is for you, boys. I forget what she
Thank you,
sounds
Elma.
like. I lost her.
Thank you, Elma.
I lost her voice so fast.
That's okay.
oh, Elma, you're a doll.
Oh,
We appreciate you so much.
and you're not so bad looking yourself. And she kind of, like, gives you, like, a little.
What a lass she
walks
is.
away.
What a lass.
So I found out from Barney that
This is like one of those good stews where, like, you just, like, rip the bread and dunk it.
Yeah.
And, like, it's one of those kind of
like
situations.
a bread bowlish kind of
Yeah,
soup.
like, this is a hearty meal.
That the boys grew up by the lake. Remember those buildings we saw across it? They probably live over there.
Well, we should check that out, but I also think we might want to check out the Dusty Boot.
What's that, the Dusty Boot?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Are you trying to do the one you saw them go to? Or
Yes.
that's the Traveler's Bounty.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, the Traveler's Bounty then.
Well, which one is it, Cap One? Make up your mind.
Well, right next
You guys
to each
know he's
other.
bad with names.
That's true. I do. I'm starting to put that together.
Well, we may want to check that
The
out.
troglodyte's booty. What?
The Traveler's Dusty Booty. We may want to check that out. Maybe
Feels like a great store.
send our... Who's our face? Send one of us in there to maybe check out to see if we might be able to pick something up, if you know what I mean.
Just ask
Probably-
the table who's our face. You guys
Probably me or Castus, right?
Yeah, probably one of us too.
But I kind of want to go. Getting darker out. I kind of want to go to the boys' homes, kind of scout it out at night.
Not a
Should we
bad,
split
not
up?
a bad idea. I'm just saying they headed there, and we may want to go in there and try to pick something up, if you know what I mean. See if
Why don't
if we
we
can
do that,
convince-
and then
convince the guy
Cannon and
to,
Castus can go check out their home.
I don't know if it's a good idea
I
to
guess we
split
can all
up.
meet up. Like, it's not like it's a long way to their home, so
I mean,
That
if
is
there's
true.
shady business going on at the Traveler's Bounty, and don't take offense to this, you two look shadier than us.
That's true.
why don't we go check it out?
And we can go pay our respects to Thomas's friends.
Yeah.
Well, I think I don't think we should split up. Maybe we can run by the boot or by the bounty real quick. You boys wait outside, and it'll take us just a moment.
Sounds good.
Just a moment
Okay.
to pop in.
Well, let's finish up here. Let's help her clean up, and let's get going.
Agreed.
All right. So I guess we finish up eating, and then
Yeah, so So you guys are splitting up? Not splitting up? I didn't. It was.
They're just gonna wait outside real quick while we go in.
We're just gonna pop in for a second.
So yeah, you guys can make your way over to the Traveler's Bounty. Who is going in, and where are the other people staying?
Top One and Bell are gonna go into the Traveler's Bounty, I believe.
As they're going in, I kind of want to scout the building. Maybe go around.
Back.
We're gonna do the cop thing. I'll stand out front and hang out, and then he's gonna do around check the side door thing.
Okay.
Good shit.
Make sure nobody runs out the back.
Right.
Exactly.
All right, so before we go in,
Kind of want to make something
Well-
out the back just because I'm curious what you do.
What?
Bell, I'm thinking what we do is we go in here and we try to pick up some stuff, if you know what I mean.
I do.
See if they can provide us with any of the Dreama that we've heard so much about, maybe under the table.
Yeah.
All right. I'll do the talking, you do the whatever it is you're doing. You swoop in and let them know we mean business, if you know what I mean.
You know what I mean?
I don't
You know what I mean.
what you mean.
I make a proposition and you
Okay.
make it formal.
The more you
Okay.
experience, The less I know.
Let's sure.
All right. So we enter.
Okay, so you guys
The
go
guy's
in,
name is Ben.
You see him. He's kind of behind the counter, just like sweeping around behind just some dust. You don't see anyone else in. Hi. What can I help you guys with?
Well, it's been a rough day for all of us, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been tough.
Yeah. Well, we just got finished at the inn across the way. 2 goats. And the drink is good, but it's not as good as it could be. We're wondering if you know anywhere we can get something to take our minds off of things.
I don't know. It's Barney's got probably some of the best drinks in town.
Oh no.
Yeah, but the drink ain't doing it for us. Do you know where we can find anything a little bit more potent than a drink?
Like paint remover? I don't drink. You're not supposed to drink that, sir.
Oh no, you're not.
User in your channel timed out.
Looking
We lose
Look at-
somebody.
Lost Danny.
We can keep going.
looking for more something along the lines of I don't know, something hard. Something that'll make you feel really good when you chew on it.
User
Maybe,
was moved to your channel.
Sorry guys, I lost.
Well, I've got some mint here. People chew on this. It's pretty good. Make your breath fresh.
Oh. Well, I guess we've come to the wrong place then. We're trying to trade some good coin for some Dreama, but
Some what?
some Dreama, you know.
So you need to go. You
All right, fair enough. No need to get testy.
Get out.
We're not from here.
You're
Look,
what killed
look,
him.
bud. Look,
If it weren't for
bud.
people like you, he wouldn't be dead. Get out.
We didn't kill him.
Go!
We found
And
him,
he
bud.
starts like wielding the broom.
The broom. Oh, he's asking for it.
Get out, get out. I can't believe on the day of his funeral you come here and ask for that garbage.
Fair enough.
Like he's telling you to get out.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. He starts jabbing you with the broom. Go.
We're leaving, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, we're leaving.
That's why, like.
We're leaving.
Okay. He shuts the door behind you and he puts down a bar, a plank of wood.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
Not well.
He kicked us out. I don't necessarily believe that he knows anything about the drugs.
Or he's just really defensive about it.
Which, yeah, it could be, but Be convincing defense.
Well, let's head over to the lake then, I guess.
Yeah. That's
Pitter
our next
patter.
move.
Okay.
I don't see anything.
No one like ran out or anything.
I start running to catch up because he left without me.
Okay. Let me see if I can get Danny back. Danny, can you reconnect?
I thought I did.
I got
I'll
you.
reconnect
I
right
see
now.
him.
He's black.
I'll redo it though. Yeah.
I can do it.
Oh,
There we go.
there
There
he
we
is.
go. Okay.
Yes, you guys head back down the along the river towards the lake east from the path where you guys were before, but now instead of crossing,
Is it this house that we're heading to?
carry on past. End up going farther along the river, and across it you can see some like a collection of cottages around lit and
Time of night is it?
a dock. It's probably like by the time you get in here it's probably 7:38, maybe 8:30. So it's starting to get pretty dark. It's summer right now, so the sun sets a bit later, but
I want the cover of the trees.
dusk. It's definitely dusky.
Okay.
So you're getting close. You're probably a few hundred yards away from this collection of houses, cottages.
Yeah, I want to kind of go through the trees. That's cool.
That's fine. You don't get a draw.
I didn't mean to.
Oh, okay.
How do I delete it?
It's okay. I'll figure it out.
Okay. My bad.
That's fine.
Okay.
So you want to go far from the lake, not like the lakeside. You want to go farther into the lake. Like
Into the trees, for sure.
Kind of a dense forest here.
As long
kind of like like a Pacific Northwest kind of forest. That's pretty
Okay.
dense. So not
Yeah,
like a ton of undergrowth, but
Yeah, I want to be far enough in that I don't lose sight of the lake too much, or like the shore. Yeah.
so you're kind of just moving through the trees. Are you guys trying to be stealthy?
I am for sure.
I would
You
think
guys see
so.
yeah, you see him kind of take off. I don't know. Are you saying anything to them?
They can follow. They can follow if they
You
want.
guys can talk about what you're trying to do here.
I just want to scout the houses. I don't want to make any personal contacts with anybody unless it last resort to do that. Let's try and gain some information first.
We should just post up in the woods around the houses and see if we see any basically odd comings and goings, odd characters showing up,
Right,
any suspect activity.
Yep.
Should I go knock on the doors?
Wait for a whistle. I'll give you a little whistle.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So does that mean Castus is just kind of going in?
I'll just yes. If there's a path, I'm on it, and
Yeah,
like I'm
there's a path.
picturing like them being like off to the side, and me kind of just. I guess it's not dusk or it's not dark, so I don't have my torch out yet. But
We're just kind of like following you, but in the woods, and you're on the path, and we're
Yeah.
kind of okay.
Okay. So can I have the woods people make a stealth check?
Oh, too early.
No, it's fine. I just wanted
Okay.
to see how well you guys are gonna do. Okay. Oh, it's an alright. You guys are being moderately quiet. Every now and then, like the small branches and the ruffle of leaves and twigs and stuff on the ground. So you're not moving silently by any means, but unless someone was paying attention, they probably wouldn't think much of the noise you're making.
Gotcha. Okay.
would like
as you
to-
kind of approach, you move through the forest, and you see a group of like 7 or 8 small cabins, kind of in a not like a circle, but like a rough collection around a central area. Some are closer together, some are kind of farther off by themselves. But in the middle, you see a kind of a larger fire burning and a few people standing around it. Castus is just kind of walking along the path towards that'll lead to the central area.
Is Belle in the woods too?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Do we recognize any of the people around the campfire by the?
You guys are probably.
As we're walking up, and like we're still out of earshot of the campfire. I'm like,
You guys
guys
are
keep lookout.
probably like 100 feet away.
Keep a lookout here.
keep lookout, watch perimeter. I'm gonna introduce myself.
Fair enough.
If anything gets funny, just trust your gut.
You go on ahead. We'll stay back then.
And I approach the campfire.
All right. So as you get closer, you see Titus and what's his name? Zach. As well as you see Sam and Isaac, the people you met on the first night.
And I recognize all four of them.
These are people
Okay.
that you see before, and you see them sitting with Sia, and they're just kind of like they're all pretty young, just kind of friends around a campfire, like just sitting with Sia, and he's still pretty upset, but she's like looks like she's been crying, but not anymore right now. Oh, you're like mid-30s, right?
I don't think so. I'm not young though. Oh, mid-20s, 25.
Okay. They're not too far off, but okay. So yeah, they approach and they're all looking at the fire. Probably. Maybe one or two of them look up, but I'm just gonna walk up and say hi.
Greetings, everyone.
Oh. Hi there.
My condolences for your loss today.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a tough day. I just can't believe he's gone.
And I try to read the room a little bit here.
Make a just like a knowledge adventuring. Pretty straightforward. Just for you don't know like exactly what's happening, but you can tell that these people are all pretty close, and I mean it seems nothing seems weird. It's like friends around a fire at night. It seems like something they've done plenty of times.
Okay. Well, I never met Thomas, but
But you went and found him, and that's something just as important.
oh, I don't think anything's more important than friendship. But he seems to be blessed by Corbin and you all, so he seems to have passed on to a good place.
I just can't believe he's gone. She kind of holds on to Sam, and she starts crying again. It'll be okay. Yeah. It'll just take time. Titus turns. You're one of the other ones that found him. You're with the one who was singing.
Yes, Cannon. He's quite a player.
Sure, yeah. He seems crazy. I wouldn't listen to what he says.
By what do you mean?
He's saying some really weird, crazy things. When I saw him at the chapel today.
I don't understand.
And then Zach, the other guy, chimes in. Yeah, he was crazy. I talked to him too. He started saying all kinds of really insane things. And
Is this the guy that he almost like shit his pants?
Yeah.
Just whatever he told you, like I would question it because it doesn't. He's crazy.
Can I do like an insight check?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like whatever that roll would be, but like just to see if
Perception.
old shitty pants is floundering or if he's.
Or is it vigilance? Which one? I think it's vigilance. Do vigilance.
He
Vigilance
hasn't
is passive.
changed.
Right. And are you actively like peering at him?
I'm just like
Just seeing if he's lying.
trying to.
Isn't that
Yeah,
vigilance, though?
yeah. Vigilance is versus deception. I know that.
Right. Roll it.
Ooh.
Yeah, something ain't right. You got a pretty good understanding of Kanan, and he's not this psychopath, insane person that they're trying to paint him as.
He's only partially that.
I mean, from his point of view,
He's only that at
He's
night.
only that like after a good fight. But yeah,
When
at
things
the church
go-
you saw him, and he seemed really put together and like did some really nice
Yeah.
music and stuff. But they're saying that he was like a rambling madman.
So I would like to maybe I'm gonna try to test the water with some trigger words here and keep my perception up.
Some trigger warning.
Dreama.
Just quiet, then just Dreama.
Essentially.
While he's talking to them, can I scout the nearest building? Kind of like peek a window, all
Sure.
around.
Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Okay.
Go for it. All right. And then make a perception check.
Ah!
All right, so as you're kind of approaching the house, it's a bit tough to get in close without making too much noise. So you decided not to get too close to the window because you're worried about being seen and stuff. So
Okay.
there's like a light coming from the inside, but not like any real details you're able to make out.
Okay. Does the resin have a certain kind of smell at all? Or was it like
Very
strong
much
enough to
like,
remember?
If like if you cut open like I'm picturing it's like if you were to take like sassafras, like the root, or like a tree, live tree, and like cut the bark a lot and get the resin coming out, like a very distinct sappy smell.
Okay, like a tree smell. Okay.
Yeah, like but it's like a specific, like very much like a spice tree. Kind
Like
of thing.
pine or like
Okay.
No, like sassafras.
Like sassafras.
I gotcha.
Okay.
Is like I think it's root beer is the main.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Root beer.
Root? You guys want some root beer?
Trigger words. Trigger words.
Trigger words. Root beer. Did he say root beer? I love root
So anyways,
beer.
I'm at the campfire and I want like
I love you some root beer. Did he say root beer?
picture like an undercover cop being like, "Oh yeah, so how's everybody's night?" But is there an
very
open
clearly
seat?
with the bulk of a bulletproof vest under a college hoodie?
Yeah, I'm wearing a huge sword and have like gear everywhere. And
What are you guys up to?
you-
You guys want to party?
you guys mind if I sit down?
No, it's fine. Feel free.
He's such a sweet kid, that Isaac.
Isaac.
I
Just the
sit down next to
blacksmith's
Zach.
apprentice. You sit next to by Zach. Okay. The fucking target. This poor kid.
He still smells like shit, by the way.
He's got a little poo. There's definitely a skid on whatever he's wearing.
I don't believe we've met. My name's Castus. I reach out my hand.
I'm Zach. Nice to meet you. And he reaches out, and shakes your hand.
How'd you know Thomas?
We were good friends. We all grew up around here, together, and we went and did our 2 years together. Me, Thomas, and Titus. We all did our 2 years.
2
We
years.
just got back this winter. We did it last summer.
Oh. Where were you stationed?
We were mostly we went to Tides Reach, but we hit a few villages around there on patrols, but mainly out of Tides Reach.
I was in for about how long?
I think it was 10 years.
Yeah. I was in for 10. My 2 quickly turned into 10.
No, we didn't want any of that. We had enough. We just did the 2, and then we all wanted to. We missed Stonesbrook, so we came back. Family needed us here. We don't come back, the small place. The families need to carry on somehow.
Well, as I said, I'm sorry for your loss. But one thing has been on my mind since I found him.
Thomas?
Yeah. Thomas and the kobolds just doesn't quite make sense.
Well, we've known that they've been getting more aggressive, but we usually don't go out at night unless there's, in a group.
Do they only
have torches?
Do they only attack at night?
That's when they're usually more active outside. They don't like bright lights too much.
So what was Thomas doing the night he went missing?
Well, we were here, and we were just out walking back from town after a late night. We were at the Two Goats.
Lovely place.
Yeah, fun. He's nice. Gives us more slack probably than he should, but
It's funny. When I was in the cave, the kobolds were protecting something, and didn't seem like they were after anything but the thing that they had.
from across the. We don't know nothing about no kobolds. Castus, right?
Yes, Isaac.
Yeah, I did. I don't know why you'd be asking us about it.
I'm not asking. Just you know him. You knew him best, and it's a shame he went.
Wasn't no friend to kobolds.
That's not what I'm insinuating. I'm insinuating trying to figure out what Thomas was up to that night.
Like he said, it was just us going back from the Two Goats. Me
So it was you and Zach.
and Thomas. And Thomas turned to go pee in the woods.
Who else is here? Titus.
Yeah, this is Titus talking.
And
Thomas went
wait.
to go pee in the woods. 'Cause we
Thought that
were
was Isaac.
pretty drunk. No. Isaac's this one.
Okay. So who was with him that night?
Zach, Titus.
Okay.
Those three.
You said you went to.
Not
He was.
poor Isaac.
And since Titus is starting to speak up, I kind of shift my gaze over to him, and so you were. He was taken while he was pissing in the woods.
Yeah, me and Zach were. Well, I mean, we were all drunk, mind you, or else we wouldn't have let them take him or whatever happened. I assume. But we waited for we kept walking, and then we slowed down once we saw that he wasn't coming, and then after we waited for a while, we went back to see where he was, but we never saw him. And then we just, for the first time, saw him again
God, I wish I had a pipe right now.
when you guys brought him back.
I don't have anything like that. Well, I want to stand up and go, well, once again, sorry for your condolences, but if you do know anything, I just know that I have everything that the kobolds were protecting. And if you know anyone... Anyways, and I have a good night.
Okay, so as you say that, Zach looks over towards Titus. Titus, should we? And like he kind of gives like an exasperated like Titus, as you're talking about like, well, you know what they have. That's all that happened. We don't know anything. He's trying to help. Just
If you know anyone who would, anyways, you guys have a great night.
it was nice of you to stop by.
Yeah. Zach, is it?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I don't find you the sweet eater type.
Kind of like eyes bulge. No, I don't eat. I'm not a. No, I would never eat those sweets. No.
Ew.
Those sweets. No.
Well, that's good. It's a healthy lifestyle then. Well, I should be off now.
All right. One more check here.
Go to the next house if I can.
One sec. All right. As you kind of turn around and start to walk away, he didn't just wander off.
Stop.
You hear.
I don't even turn around.
Shut up, Zach. We can't. Don't say anything.
I don't even turn around. I just go. Zach, I knew you had it in you, to be honest. Then I turn back around and walk over to him directly, but I don't sit down.
Thomas is
And I
dead,
just-
Zach or Titus. He's dead.
And I stand over him, and this time I kneel down and get pretty close to his face.
Probably like on your knee, come up to his chest. He's probably like 5'8".
I don't want to be. I'm not lower than him. I just crouch
I know,
down.
I'm just saying, like crouching down, you still probably go to his like chest. He's stood up by now, I think.
Oh, he's standing up.
Yeah, he's having a moment.
Oh, then I just stand above him.
Okay.
You were saying, Zach.
We were looking for where the kobolds were.
And why would you be looking for that?
Because don't say another word, Zach. You
No.
know that we can't. It's
No, Zach, I think you've been talking just fine.
They made us go find it. We didn't have a choice. They said that they would hurt us and our family. They threatened Sia. And right now you see the other people, the three others at the campfire, are looking at them kind of confused and not sure what's happening. We had to go find it.
Who is they?
Don't tell them names.
Shut up, Titus. And I look at Zach and go, who is they?
Alright, make a coercion check.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Hot nice.
So, you kind of back Titus down a little bit. He does not want to fight. Does not think this is like he looked pretty mean.
Whoop his ass, Castus. Whoop his ass.
Oh God, that's what I need.
Whoop some teenager's ass in the woods.
Look at Michael Myers.
Just what paladins do.
I'm not a paladin.
Was it Zach? Yeah. And then Ben's looking kind of just down at his shoes. 4 other people. So, no, he's not there. Ben was in the shop. Well, it's so Harry and Rory, they told us that we had to go and find where the kobolds were at, and they
Bucks.
like having us do a bunch of odd jobs around, and they give us booze and some extra silver.
Well, Terry and Rory, huh?
Harry,
And Rory.
yeah. But
Okay.
I don't think they. They just asked us to. Wanted us to go find it, but then when we got there, Thomas said that he wasn't scared of the kobolds, and we've been trained, and but the 3 of us, having been trained in the military, would be fine. But we didn't have anything more than a torch and a few just hunting knives. We went in and they started coming out. We saw some, so we turned around and ran. But then when we looked back, when we got to the mouth of the cave, we heard Thomas scream. When we went to find him again, they were gone, but he was dead.
How's Sia reacting to this?
You did what? Like right after that, like you didn't save him? Why did you leave him? There was nothing we could have done, Sia. You think we would just leave him? How could you? She kind of gets up to start like punching, and Sam, Sia, don't. It's just, I'll take you home. And then he kind of looks at Isaac, and he's like, figure out what they're talking about. And then he takes Sia off, and she's like trying to fight him, but he's not letting her go. And what did you guys do? Did you? Why are you hanging out with Harry and Rory? You know that they're shady.
Where are Terry and Rory?
I'm not sure. They're relatively new in town. They've been here for like 2 years.
Not you, Isaac.
I'm just trying to help.
I know. Then I look at Zach and reiterate my question. Where are Terry and Rory?
They have a small place out to the south.
South of here.
Yes.
South of here.
They kind of just look at you like, yes.
Let's go.
To the south
Cap 1, Bell, let's go.
of here.
Yep,
Scurry,
we start
scurry,
heading.
scurry.
Yeah, we start heading south
Well,
slowly.
you all have a good night, and see you. My condolences. And I just leave.
Good call.
I need a pipe if we're gonna start being detectives.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
Shane.
saying, man. We need to get pipes.
I got my pipe right here, son.
Hey.
And so what do you guys, like, did you guys just turn around and leave when he shouted, to the south of here, to, like, into the night?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. We got the
Basically
signal.
start heading south.
Are you
And I
not
got
wait-
up
you're
and,
not waiting for him, or, like,
Well, I
what's-
would imagine like
We're moving
working our way
slowly
back
into-
to the road, like
They're creeping around the
Meet outside
houses
on
and
the-
stuff and being in the dark.
We're moving slowly. We can still see him, so we're not like ditching him. We're
After a bit,
we're-
you kind of get to the woods and you see your group kind of crouched behind trees and generally being moderately stealthy. Not the most invisible woodsmen you've ever seen.
And I'll just go.
You don't know what happened. You guys
That's
just heard
true.
him yell, to the south of here!
You got information.
You have to, I imagine you relay all.
When I reconvene with the group, I look at Ken and go, "You were right about that kid. He was sketchy.
Yeah,
I think he smelled of shit."
you're welcome.
Ah,
Oh, is that what that was?
A fine vintage.
they mentioned two names, and they reside to the south.
who?
So, Terry and Rory.
No, a Rory, but I'm not sure I've spoken with the Terry.
Oh, stop
Rory
looking at
was in
that.
the
It's just a
bar.
tree.
And after
Just a
the-
tree.
after the funeral,
Well,
Now that you think back on it, Castus, you think that the name may have been Harry. Not
you definitely said Terry.
definitely did
He-
not say Terry.
He said Harry for sure. He definitely said Harold.
You did not say Harold.
He
Well,
said Harry.
I said
Harry is-
Geraldo.
Harry is short for Geraldo.
Okay.
did her all.
I said Harry twice.
He did. I
Cap
can
one heard
confirm.
Terry.
Cap one
No.
heard Geraldo.
When you're listening back to this.
Anyways, to the south, it's still we've got a brief bit of sunlight here. We could.
No, I mean, it's probably like 9 o'clock. It's dark.
They had a campfire going.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
You
Well,
get
we
it.
should.
Like, it was pretty ominous, the shit you just pulled. Like, you appeared up in the night and just asked some really pointed questions. And were pretty fucking aggressive. And then just like, to the south! And then just walked towards the south.
Classic Castus.
People of Stonesbrook.
I must distinguish the evil in the south.
I have distinguished the direction of evil, and it is south.
I let them know about the how they were near. They got assigned to go to the Cobalt Caves, and and Thomas was taken and stuff. And yeah, I guess I would light a torch now and start heading south.
That should be the name of the episode.
To the
What?
south.
To the south.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Does anybody have any? I don't know. So you just relayed all the information to you guys as a team.
I told him that I did speak with Harry and Rory at the Two Goats, and
And Billy Barton, Beverly.
yeah, and that they seem very shifty and very, they seem super shady. So it would not surprise me to learn that they had a hand in it.
Well, if we're dealing with drug dealers, we be prepared for combat.
Well, should we
Have my
rest
dagger out
here,
just in
or should
case.
we go ahead and press on then?
I'm ahead of you guys. I'm already going.
Just get out of here.
Just in the dark.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's getting to dark now, so.
tripping on shit. Yeah.
Should we camp here, or?
Perhaps we should camp here.
You want to stop in camp, huh? I'm trying to place a tent?
Okay. Let's put up camp and first thing in the morning to the south.
To the south?
Oh, to the south.
Okay. Can I get somebody to make a knowledge geography just to find a good campsite? Whoever wants to be that person. In terms of finding a campsite in the wilds.
Threat.
Alright, so after
Oh,
probably
I didn't see that.
probably like an hour of kind of meandering your way south, but not really pushing south, you find a nice clear opening, maybe an hour and a half. So it's getting like it's good and dark now. You guys like I imagine lit torches.
I use my flint and steel and start a
You
fire.
guys can set up camp. I don't know if anyone has any tents or anything.
I have a
I don't have
bedroll.
We have
Shit.
tents, but I have bedroll.
Okay, so yeah, so just bedrolls on the ground.
I don't have a bedroll.
Well, tap one on
Better
the
turn
ground.
back into a dog.
Someone,
I can't just do that
someone
on.
punch me until I black out.
I don't know you well enough for that.
I'll do it.
I mean,
Someone like lean him against a tree and push on his chest.
So I pass out.
He turns into a fucking dog.
probably pile up some, some pine needles and
No,
more
cook it-
pine needles,
cook it with the
and really,
spiders and the snakes and stuff.
yeah.
I guess I'm just sleeping on the ground with a log as a
Sure.
pillow.
It's probably not the first time you slept on the ground, but I imagine you're probably more used to sleeping on sand.
Yeah, this is the first time I've actually had any type of support, like bedding.
Yeah, I imagine you kind of shaped the bed in the sand. You're like, and then this is the lumbar support.
We should probably take turns sleeping.
That'd probably be a good idea.
First watches.
I'll first watch.
Let's do. I think we should do 2 and 2.
So
Okay,
I'd say
sounds
20
fair.
watches is about what it takes to get through a night. So that everyone can get a full 8 hours of sleep, or let's call it 6 hours. So each watch would be like 2 hours, and then they would sleep.
Okay. I'll take the last one. I wake up early anyways.
I don't mind taking the first one.
I'll take the 2 to 4.
Okay. I guess I'll be awake for the first one and the Last one,
So now
maybe?
you're covered, so you can choose to assist somebody, or you can be the one. I mean, you guys have to decide how you take watches. There's 3 sections during the night. How do you want to cover it?
If you want to help me out, I don't mind. Bellavere.
If that even is your real name.
Say.
Yeah.
Gonna wake me up and I'll watch the darkness. Hey.
I'll just overlap with somebody else. Like I'll start. I'll go to sleep and like
the
start
first one, or
start in the middle of the second one.
okay. Be the transition team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So as you guys collect the camp and lay down your bedrolls, Cap 1 does whatever he's doing.
Mat the grass, find a good stump, a nice soft wood to use as a pillow.
Right. You guys go to sleep, and Kanan, I imagine there's a campfire. I don't know how big you guys want to do. I don't know if you guys want to go for lighting or hide it. Are you being stealthy?
Probably should.
Like dig a little pit and have a fire that's kind of dug into the ground?
Probably the best.
Okay. So you're kind of just sitting by the dug-in fire, and imagine everybody else is sleeping pretty closely around it. Just watching to the south. And
Yes.
go ahead and make a perception check. 2 setback for it being dark. Alright, so your watch comes in about halfway up, I guess. Okay, so on your watch, the assist is about halfway through while you're watching. Bell gets up. Between the two of you, it's
Uh-oh.
it goes uneventfully. You don't see anything. About halfway through, you wake up, or about when you're done, you wake up Cap 1. Also, if you guys want to RP at night, like just between two of you that are on or anything like that, you can. I don't know if Bell and Kanan have anything to talk about. Not really?
Not really. I'm just gonna go to bed.
Okay, so you go to Cap 1.
Unless Belle wants to talk to me.
No, okay. So Cap 1, you get up. Kanan's going to sleep. Bell's up for a little bit longer. If you want to make a...
Oh, did you see anything out there then, Belle? Nothing good, eh?
Haven't seen any movement.
As he rips her bong.
Interesting.
Alright, Cap 1, you can...
Smoking. Belle's smoking her,
Make a perception check. You don't have the 2 setback because you have dark vision, so... Alright.
Belle is smoking her pipe.
Pretty uneventful watch. About halfway, Belle's getting ready to go to sleep, probably gonna leave you to finish the watch alone. Bells goes to sleep. Rest of the night's pretty quiet.
Like to...
I guess you're the only one awake right now.
I'm the only one awake?
Yep.
I'm gonna cast Augment on myself.
Okay. Tell me whatever difficulty you need it to be.
2 purple.
What you're doing.
I'm gonna cast Augment, and then I'm gonna try to walk around the campsite and perceive all directions, north, south, east, and west.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna cast Augment. Here we go. Good?
Yeah, you succeed. What does it do?
Adds a green to my next skill checks as long as I'm concentrating.
Okay. Oh,
So-
okay. So you're doing this for the perception check?
I would like to perceive right before Castus's shift starts, like right as I'm getting ready
Go
to
ahead. Add your thing.
add my thing.
The force strain. Well, I guess it'll get healed, but as of right now, take it.
Okay.
Keep everything.
And then I roll my perception right before he wakes up. Nothing.
Yeah, as you're kind of doing slow circles around the outside, it seems all is still. Not too much. Time's coming. Starts to kind of wake up on his own, knowing about when these types of things, his hours on the road, his soldiers got those senses, you know? Castus wakes up.
Do you see anything, Cap One?
No, not that I can see.
Oh, okay.
Not that I can see.
Amazing.
Okay, well. Rest easy then.
Be vigilant out there, bud. I'm gonna take a nap on this old stump here. I guess I walk over and lay my head on the stump nearby, and
Kaplan's used to roughing it. I found a stump.
Yeah.
That's a pillow.
yeah, it is.
All right.
Got a couple of leaves laid down to lay on, and my stump for the pillow.
Put the leaves on. It's a blanket. All right, Castus. As Cap One goes to sleep, you begin watch.
I would grab some sticks, keep the fire going, whip out my oil pen or ink pen and journal and keep my ears perked.
Okay. I go ahead and make the perception.
There it is.
Too black.
Darkness.
Doc, son.
Cap One didn't get it because he has dark vision. Yeah, so kind of the flickering shadows and stuff make it kind of tough, but you don't see any movements or hear anything approaching. As you kind of stay vigilant, are you riding the whole night? Pretty much just sitting there contemplating and every now and then jotting down a note.
Yeah, that's more or less what I'm doing.
Yeah. So as you kind of just sit and listen and
I'm like going like, songs are just giant metaphors? Question mark.
okay. At any point, are you pulling out the sword?
No, I try to ignore that.
Okay. So yeah, you come towards the end of your watch, and the sun begins to rise. The darkness begins to lift. Morning now, and people will begin waking up soon, and everybody make sure you heal all your strain and heal another wound if you have one. But yeah, this is where we'll end. The sun rises over the campgrounds. Everyone's rested, with Castus sitting with his journal open.